Hello and welcome to another episode of Where Hammers Walk. Again, we have today the same old team. Wouldn't change them for anyone else. It's Sam and Bill. How are we doing, lads?
Yeah, good. It's an interesting game, wasn't it? Last time out.
Yeah, it was.
Very 50-50.
Bill?
Well, it was a bit an up and down game. Obviously, game of two halves really. Obviously, after scoring the goals, sort of just sat back, tried to invoke the pressure, tried to handle the pressure. Played a decent game, but he could have attacked a bit more. Had a bit more purpose after scoring the two goals. It's a bit like, they scored them and then there weren't anything to push through after that. They said, like, obviously the commentary they turned around and said it was the next goal was important, and it was, wasn't it? Do you know what I mean? They got a penalty, got way back in the game, boom. That last goal that should have easily been defended. Do you know what I mean? I looked at that, I was a bit like, you've just been played through.
Far too easy.
What do you think about the penalty? What happened? Obviously, he didn't hit anybody. He didn't, obviously he's sliding on the floor, right? But he's using his hands to balance himself up, so he's not sliding all the way down. But he hits the ball, not on purpose.
But again, in the rules, it doesn't have to be on purpose, and I think that's what saved him for a red card or a yellow. He literally slid, but the thing didn't help him. That movement from like this to this.
What, so how? Yeah, but come on, but when you're sliding on the floor, do you ever slide on the floor with your hands by your side?
No. But no. Then you've got your hand up here. Yeah, you've just answered the question right there. Because exactly. If he put his arms down by his side, not outstretched, I would have kept him outstretched.
To be honest,
if one hand is keeping you up, balancing you up, right, instead of sliding on your arm this side, and he's holding himself up like that, like he was, right? That is holding himself up.
He's gone from this, but he's brought his arm down, touching the ball as he's come down.
Oh, I didn't see that.
And his arm by his side.
I missed that, but I'll have to go back and watch it on the highlights.
It was a pen, and don't get me wrong, I wished he just kept his arms up. If he kept his arm up and just slid and he's kicked the ball, probably wouldn't have been a penalty. But because of that movement towards the ball, you can only say pen. I only watched the first half, but the first half was the best half. For us, anyway.
Definitely. We was a lot more in the game. The first half, we was a lot more aware, a lot more fight, weren't we?
Even if you took the 2 goals away, right, and it was 0-0, I would have still said we was the better team in the first half. And I think it was the conditions, because if it was really windy, everything was going to that end of the pitch. But
the wind was blowing in that goal, weren't it? That's where we scored our goals.
The thing is, though, we didn't give ourselves any favours. We went so negative straight away. I mean, we took off Galami at half time for a couple of Peters. Yeah, okay, Galami was a bit rubbish. But it's still a defensive sub for an attacking sub, despite what position he's in. And then
I thought we had enough defensive players on there.
Well, yeah, we had 5 before. And then when 5 minutes in, taking off Callum Wilson, just 5 minutes into the second half for Souček.
See, I was watching. I don't know who was interviewing him, but afterwards, and it wasn't BBC or anything like that. They said it just seemed like it was Martin Keown on Match of the Day. Sorry, it was, and he was like, when you come off, that seemed to be the change. What made everything go their way instead of us. And I went to work, so I didn't see that change. But when I saw it was all right, 2-1. Okay, we can still do this. And then I see 2-2, and I think, well, what actually went wrong? You know, and I've listened to everything. I've listened to Hammer's chat, and like it was
As
the
we went
same.
2-1, actually before 2-1, I knew we was going to draw 2-2 because we were just kept sitting back. We had no more going forward. We had no possession. Every single pass that we tried to do going forward was intercepted. So we was just being pressured. And West Ham's defence is shocking. Absolutely shocking.
I'm not too keen on Tadibo. Don't get me
fair,
wrong.
I thought he was actually our better player.
He's a quality player. I'm not too keen on him. It seems
I
like
think
we're getting beaten now.
because it wasn't in his position of where he's been playing the last few games, with the winning games, right? It's been him and Max Tillman in the back, but they've been playing opposite sides, right? And it's worked.
It has.
So why put a lot? Don't get me wrong. When I see Igor in that, I was like, get in, like he's finally getting his call. Do you know what I mean? So I was happy he was playing.
Well.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like, and I thought he played really well. But Tadibo and Max Kilman is not used to that middle person. They're used to them, and they can read. Obviously, now they're starting to read each other. They've now got to think about the extra player in the middle. But so when they've just got used to something, they're being shoved in and saying, "Look, you know, you've got to now learn to have somebody in the middle here."
Yeah, but I don't think that was the problem because first half was all right.
So before the game, they were saying that they've got 5 defenders, right? Well, 3 at the back, they said, because it's 3 central, yeah? Normally, he would play just the 4 at the back, so it would be them. But I think where he thought counter-attacking, and he's gone, right, I need that 3rd person at the back, then 2 can run up, fine. Don't get me wrong, it worked first half. It did. So it wasn't the tactics or anything like that. And it's not the player. I think it was literally the weather, which was the main
mentality, and the weather.
I didn't understand why I brought Fulkrug on.
Because he realised he bugged it up, taking off Callum Wilson. He needed a striker up top.
I've seen nothing from him. Like I find him a complete waste of time of being on the pitch. Like you put Fulkrug on, and it's like, it's like playing with 10 men because he's got no outlet. Like unlike Callum Wilson, right? Which do you know what I mean? Like I'm actually starting to enjoy the fact that the old boy is actually scoring. Do you know what I mean? And they're not.
Can I remind everyone? Bill didn't want that transfer either. So.
No.
I didn't comment until he was
What the hell? But like, do you know what I mean? Like he's and I read that what he's doing with Callum Wilson is what he done with Chris Wood. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? He's getting the old boy firing. And the goal we've got the second goal yesterday was brilliant. Like I couldn't believe it.
Loved it. But Wilson wants to be playing for England in this next competition. This is what he was saying when he was getting interviewed. Don't get me wrong. We probably all know he probably won't. But if it's going to encourage him to play week in, week out, to give us that little bit extra, just thinking I could be playing for England if I play my cards right. Like, I'll take it. And then when we get to January, hopefully get a defender and an up fronter. I think the midfield's fine at the moment.
I think we need a defender and more importantly a winger. We got no backup for when Bowen or Summerfield's injured. Look at it. As soon as we had Summerfield injured,
do you know there's another thing that's coming up and we've not even spoken about it yet. Is the African Cup?
AFCON. We lose players.
We lose our 2 wing backs. We lose our 2 wing backs, which is Wan-Bissaka and Diouf. Who we got to replace them? Carl Walker-Peters can't play both.
No.
Right.
Well,
so they've also got to get at least 1 wing back, 1 defender. I reckon they do need to get a midfielder, an attacking midfielder, and 1 winger and a striker. So they've got to literally get a person for each of them. Right. I read a little while ago, that they had 169 million to spend in January.
What, this year?
So this year, right, because we paid off something to do with we paid off Lloyd's Bank, which then freed up 3 loans that we were paying off. So they paid them off, and apparently it's now given us a transfer budget of 169 million.
I believe it when I see it, Bill.
Yeah, I believe it. It could even be a story to get the protesters off, saying, "Yeah, we've got money,
exactly.
we're going to spend."
This was before that. This was happening.
I still believe it.
This was happening at the end of January. At the end of transfer. That was all coming on then. The last few days.
I'll believe it when I see it. I'd
Oh, yeah.
love to believe it. Like,
do you know? I wanted us to go for Ivan Toney.
Vinicius Junior is coming up as a free.
That'd be a good one.
No, he's too big-headed. He'll be like, I am.
That's why he's leaving Real Madrid. That's why he's leaving Real Madrid. He's been on the bench and everything like that, and he feels like he's not getting respect. But
you what? Di Canio was playing on the bench.
No,
Di Canio was big-headed. Sometimes you need that.
You said we need a winger. I just brought a winger to the table.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah. Well, there you go. Our new scout.
I didn't. I ain't had a look yet. I can give him a 10-year-old striker. I've got them on my books.
Oh, I've got him on my short list already.
I say that I've got another 10-year-old winger. The 2 of them. One's like Park.
So unfortunately, we can't play them until they're 17.
No, but you can sign them.
Well, yeah, we can sign them. But can I just stick this up and get your thoughts on this? How good does that feel?
Well, then there's 3 worse teams than us.
We've moved up. We've gone up. Look, we've gone through everything. The only place we haven't been so far is 20th. So I'm just glad it's going the right way. Like,
yeah,
it could be worse. You could be Wolves stuck on that 2 points.
I don't think so. That's crazy. Do you know, to be a Wolves fan right now, I would be absolutely bricking it. Like, I'd be like, do you know what? What's the point? Do you know what I mean?
Christmas, and it's only got 2 points.
Yeah, I know.
You know what they say? If you're bottom at Christmas, you're going down.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think they may as well put the R next to that 20 now because they are relegated.
Yeah.
I didn't mean that. I'm sorry.
They are relegated.
Look, if someone comes in and does a miracle and say Nottingham Forest goes down, like that would be one of the best seasons. That would be better than a Leicester winning the season to me, to be honest. But
my mate wouldn't be happy with that.
To be honest, I would still like.
At least I'd have bragging rights.
But no, it just looking at that table. I know it's still not good, but it's better. You know,
even looking at it, like even though that we are still in the thick of the relegation, right? If you have a look at the gap going up to even Everton, right? They're only 2. Oh yeah, no, they're 15. Yeah, 15 points.
Yeah,
right. So technically, if they lose 2 and we win 2, we'll be 13th.
Well, we can go up even further than that. It's close.
Well, I don't know, obviously, what's above that. So I'm saying that we can go up to 13th because that's all I can see.
When I look,
see the whole,
2 wins could probably get us up to about 10th to 9th.
Yeah, but look at the form table.
Do you know,
win, draw in the last 3.
That'd be a miracle if we could get Europe. That'd be a miracle if we could get Europe.
Where did you plug that?
Yeah.
I can't see above that. You know, you saying 9th. Couple of give it like 10 wins.
Next time I'll do the whole table so you get the win-win
draw.
Yeah. At least I'll be able to see it properly then.
But I've got a couple of do you knows. All right. So West Ham failed to win away Premier League game after going 2-0 up for the first time since October 2017, 2-2 to Crystal Palace, having won each of their previous 20 away matches after going 2-0 up before today. All right. I thought that was quite a nice little.
How bad our defence is right now, Finn.
Exactly. West Ham Callum Wilson became the first player on record since 2003-04 to score 2+ goals in the first half of a Premier League game, but failed to complete a single
Yeah, I
pass.
saw that.
I
one.
read that. Yeah, I read that.
And Alphonse Areola become
Kelly.
the third goalkeeper, West Ham goalkeeper, to assist a Premier League goal after Jussi Jääskeläinen, January 14.
Also,
What goalie?
he's the first
and-
goalkeeper for season to get a Premier League assist.
and Joe Hart in October 17 against Burnley.
What a goalkeeper he was, Jääskeläinen.
Oh, I loved him.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved him.
Do you know? Yeah, I liked him like I liked Rob Green.
Rob Rick, yeah.
I loved Rob Green.
Oh,
He was-
unfortunately,
I remember standing in the crowd singing "There's only one Rob Green."
Greeno
remember?
number one. Greeno
Can you remember,
number
Bill,
one.
when we used to go to Norwich, and
Yeah.
literally he used to be playing for Norwich, and then he signed for
Yeah.
West Ham.
Yeah,
It's like
I was
what
happy
was it?
with that. I was happy with that.
Dean Ashton was another one we saw before he went to West Ham, and I
Yeah.
always liked Darren Huckleby.
Yeah,
Can you remember him? He was brilliant for Norwich.
he was good.
brilliant.
He was. He was a bit like a Jack Grealish, wasn't he?
Yeah, but he was more. He didn't
Fluent.
have the calves. He was more nimble. To
Yeah.
me, he used to dodge and dive. He was brilliant, absolute brilliant. But relegation. To be honest, if you said that to us, 5 weeks ago, 6 weeks ago, you'd be snatching that hand off of that.
You'd be laughing. You'd be like, no way.
Yeah.
No way is that going to be us. Do you know, 5 weeks ago, I thought we was relegated. I thought we was gone.
Well,
I thought,
if we go
see you
back,
later, friend. I was even saying to people, do you know, like, we're going to be the first team to have a 66,000 seater in the championship. Honestly, I was even bragging about it. Right? We're going to be the biggest in the championship, and knowing our, like, we would still lose against Wrexham.
For first team to have the carpet around.
They'd still score a goal.
Don't get me wrong. I would love to see what would have happened if we played Millwall, though.
Yeah.
That is one.
What would be funny is we went down and Millwall goes up. I'll be like, really? That's the only bit I was excited about.
That was the other way, because they're actually doing quite well in the championship, and we're doing quite bad. So
I can see them. They're looking at getting took over. They're looking for a takeover. So and I heard the Saudis are after them.
Yeah, because they can't get West Ham. They've been trying for West Ham, the Saudis.
And I think that what they were trying to do was, they were trying to force David Sullivan's hand, right? Saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to go for Millwall, even though Millwall's fucking."
Yeah.
Beep beep.
But to be honest, if they come up, what like, because of last time we played them, it was behind closed doors.
Yeah, but didn't it go through to penalties?
You had no Millwall fans.
Or didn't it go through to extra time?
It was.
No, it was 2-1 win in Championship. Kevin Nolan got sent off in first couple of minutes.
Is that when the chairs went flying? Last time we played them, the chairs got ripped up and went flying. Yeah, League Cup.
I remember we was coming back from holiday from Turkey that day, and I saw it all over the news.
Can't help it, can we?
No,
right.
I was so proud.
Right, I'm going to finish that off there. There's only one thing to say. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you
Irons.